Today I'm going to share with you 5 biggest service failures happen, and I'm going to share with you the remedies to overcome that type of issues if they ever happen in your organization. Stay tuned. Greg Brown, a customer of British Airways, had his luggage lost during a trip and tried to get assistance through various channels. After waiting for hours on the phone without any resolution, he returned to Twitter, hoping to get a faster response. He tweeted British Airways customer service account, explaining his frustration about the delayed communication regarding his missing luggage. The slow response led to widespread dissatisfaction, with many customers questioning British Airways' commitment to customer service. The incident was highly damaging to the airline's image and served as a lesson to the importance of timely responses, especially on platforms like social media, where delays are very visible. In a situation like this, you can implement live chat or you can implement AI-driven chatbots for immediate response. The immediate response is really important. And at the same time, you can prioritize the queries based on the urgency. Then you can assign tickets. You can use the automation for this process. If you feel like there are no adequate agents, you just want to hire more agents because you have to sort out the customer problems before it becomes too late. And at the same time, you can extend this customer support hours. Then you can meet high demand of the customers. A customer, Ryan Block, attempted to cancel his Comcast service. When he called customer support, he encountered an extremely rude and persistent agent who refused to process the cancellation request, insisting Block to provide reasons for leaving. The call escalated for nearly 20 minutes, during which the agent continually pressured Block to stay with the company. The situation was highly stressful, and Block recorded the interactions, which went viral. Comcast faced significant public backlash after Block's recording was shared widely. The company had to publicly apologize, and the incident became a clear example of how inconsistent customer service from different agents can damage a company's reputation. There should be a uniformity in handling customer complaints. Therefore, it is really important to create and standardize the guidelines when you cater to the customers. And it has to be implemented across all platforms in handling customer interactions. Not only that, all the customer service agents have to be trained comprehensively about these guidelines and the uniformity. You have to continuously upgrade the service standards. Therefore, the customer feedback is really important. No matter what channels you are getting the feedback, you just want to implement a proper training plan and improve the service quality standards across all the channels. A passenger, David Deo, was forcibly removed from his seat on United Airlines flight due to overbooking. The airline's initial response was impersonal and robotic. Instead of addressing the emotional distress caused by the incident, United CEO Oscar Munoz issued a standard, overly rehearsed statement expressing regret for the situation but did not apologize directly to the passenger. The response felt cold and focused on protecting the company rather than acknowledging the personal harm and distress to the customer. United Airlines lost significant customer trust and revenue. The company's failure to offer a heartfelt apology and engage with the passenger on a personal level contributed to a public relations disaster. This led United to issue multiple apologies, and Oscar Munoz eventually appeared more empathetic, but the damage to the brand was already done. It is really important that you have to personalize the customer support. Otherwise, it would be a robotic process. One of the very easy things that the customer agents can do is they can reference the past interactions with the customer, and at the same time, they can use the customer name. Customer agents should have to have an understanding about the profiles of the customers. Therefore, there should be a proper customer relationship management system where the agents can pick the relevant information about the customer profiles. It is really important to train the customer agents on the value of the empathy, and also they should be trained on active listening. Best Buy faced challenges where their sales associate did not have sufficient knowledge about the new product lines, which negatively impacted customer experience and led to lost sales. This lack of expertise often left customers frustrated as they were unable to get accurate and helpful information when making purchasing decisions. The inconsistent product knowledge among the staff created a disconnect between customer expectations and the service provided. This issue was particularly detrimental because Best Buy rely heavily on knowledgeable staff to differentiate itself from online competitors like Amazon, where customers could easily find detailed product information. The problem stemmed partly from cutting hours and reducing training for employees, which left them unprepared to handle customer queries effectively. The product knowledge has to provide to the customer agent continuously. It has to be done periodically. This is a fundamental requirement. And at the same time, the organization must have an intelligent system or the knowledge base where the service reps can pick the relevant information from the knowledge base. There should be FAQs and troubleshooting guidelines where the customer agent can pick relevant information quickly to sort out the customer problems. It is required to build a learning culture within the organization, especially with the customer service agents. They have to self-study. They have to update their knowledge. They have to upgrade their skills. A real-life example of poor call transferring happened with AT&T customer service. One Reddit user shared their frustration about being transferred multiple times over a year to different agents just to resolve a billing issue related to their POTS line. Despite repeated calls, they were often bounced between departments without ever resolving the problem. This inefficiency made the whole process extremely time-consuming and frustrating for the customer, highlighting an issue both internal communication and lack of resolution after multiple transfers. Another Reddit user experienced a similar situation where they were repeatedly transferred to a specialist, only to be sent back to the queue. One of the very important things that you can do is train your call center agents. Train your agent to sort out wide range of issues without transferring the calls. Empower them to do that. If the agent wants to transfer the call, ask them to explain the reason to the customer very clearly and precisely. Implement warm transfer. That means when you transfer this call to another agent, explain that agent the customer problem. Otherwise, the customer has to explain his problem from the beginning, which is really annoying. Implement these actions in your organization and you can avoid most common customer problems.